Hey guys, Vash here with another video, and today we're going to be talking about tools for 3D printing. Now if you're new to 3D printing, you may not know all the tools you need to have. Now some of your printers are going to come with basic tools, but there's definitely some tools I recommend that you have outside of those basic ones that help you assemble it or take care of it that I would recommend. Just in the long run, something that's going to help you do repairs, replacements, and upgrades. So here's some of the tools that I'll be talking about, and I'll show you guys right now.
Alright guys, the first thing I'm going to recommend is a tool set. And what we have here is kind of your basic tool set that's going to come with all the essentials. Hammer, screwdriver, measuring tape, scissors, and hex key set, which is actually one of the more important parts I definitely recommend that you have when it comes to any tool set. These are essential when it comes to assembling if you buy a DIY kit or doing any maintenance on it, or if you buy a fully assembled kit, they're still probably going to have hex key needs on there, so definitely have one. This is I believe a 7-piece set that comes with this. I use it all the time. It's absolutely essential when it comes to maintaining and doing upgrades and doing any fixes when it comes to my 3D printer. You'll have your basic Phillips and flatheads on most of your printers, but a lot of people who have had 3D printers or even know about 3D printers know that you definitely need a hex key set when it comes to assembling any of them. So definitely a basic set I recommend. This one here, this one starts off at $15.99 at the time of this recording, but you could look around and find maybe another tool set that you may want, something of higher quality, or just has more tools with it, but definitely recommend that you search for one that has one of these. Super important to have, but basic covers all the necessities. So the last tool that I recommended was that tool set, and that's going to come with a screwdriver with a bunch of different bits on top of it. That's going to cover a lot of your basic stuff when it comes to screws and whatnot, and then you have your hex key set. But I kind of wanted something that's got a little bit more torque when it comes to dealing with hex screws. So I went out and I purchased this 10-in-1 metric hex key screwdriver. Now the big part about this is that this is a metric hex key screwdriver. The printers I have all come from China and they use the metric system over there, so I wanted something that directly works alongside that, and so I went out and purchased this one, and I've had this for about a week now, and man, it does the job. I can't recommend this enough. It works exactly as I needed, and it gives me a little bit more power when it comes to unscrewing and screwing in different hex screws. These small hex keys, I mean, they're going to help you when it comes to like some of the small spots and basic just installing, but if you want a little bit more torque when it comes to setting up, you know, maybe you're redesigning a printer or you're just assembling one, definitely would recommend having one of these guys here. It does the job and it does it great, and it's at a great price. This is just under $10, and you can go down to your local Home Depot and pick it up. And if it's not available there, you can have it shipped there, which is actually really nice because that's actually what I had to do when I wanted this one here. But definitely can't recommend this enough. Alright, so the next tool I'm going to recommend is basically a removal tool for your 3D prints after you're done printing. Now, when you're done printing, your print should be really adhered to the print bed. And hopefully you're using some kind of surface like painter's tape, or if you're printing on glass, you use some adhesive such as like Aquanet or something like that. But sometimes the prints can be really attached to that surface, so you're going to want to have something to help you pry it off if you just can't pull it off. And having a tool set such as these is going to help. Now this is just kind of your basic 5-piece tool set. You only really need one, I found, but this is just kind of your basic 5-piece set. And right now, at the time of this recording, it's $9, and it's of multiple series of different types of ends. But basically, this is going to allow you to get underneath the print and help pry it off. If you're not able to just grab it and pull it off after it's cooled, this is going to help you get underneath there, give it a little leeway, and help you pry it off. But definitely an important part, and something I definitely recommend that you have if you don't already have it, or if you're buying a printer. Definitely go out and order a set like this, or go ahead and run down to your local hardware store and get just a basic paint scraper. I bought a monstrosity, and let me see, it's right here. I bought this monstrosity that has no bend and no give, and it is terrible. I actually don't use it, and I wasted money on this. So definitely just kind of a basic set like this to help you just pry and pull it off. These will do the job. I have a friend who ordered these, which is why I'm recommending them, and simple enough and does everything you need. Now, these aren't tools, but these are just additional screws. And these are some basic hex screws. You can look up some Phillips heads ones or flathead screw ones if you want, but these are your basic M3, M4, and M5 screws and nuts that come along with it. And these are just essential. The printers I have had needed to replace just with the different kinds of upgrades I've done. I've done replacements with them, and having an extra set of screws on hand has been completely necessary. And this is pretty inexpensive. At just under 20 bucks, it covers all of your needs. There's different kits. If you look on Amazon, you're going to find different kits that are going to have different amounts. So definitely look around to what you might, need, but definitely have some backup screws. If you're using a DIY kit, most of those are going to come with additional screws for you. So they'll come with extra sets of M3, M4, and M5 screws, and so you'll have extra, but you never know. So definitely get some additional ones because you never know. You may need them. Maybe an upgrade piece you build or print or just purchase, you may need some additional screws, and this is essential when it comes to that. So this next tool is just kind of your basic flush cutter. Most 3D printers that you purchase are going to come with a set of those, such as like the A-Net A8, the ones that I have, they came with that. And this is a great tool. I mean, you use this when assembling the printer, and also I use this to clean up prints whenever whenever I have supports, or I do a raft, or I do a brim on there. This helps me kind of clean that up. But these aren't of the highest quality. These are kind of like the least expensive ones that they could find that they could just throw in with the kit. So I definitely recommend that you get a better one, such as this. This one's around $8 and it does the job, but it's going to be of a higher quality. This is actually one that was recommended to me when I asked somebody, it's like, hey, do you know of a better set of flush cutters than the ones that they come with? And they're like, yeah, I bought these on Amazon. They do the job. The blade hasn't gotten dull on either side, and I've been using it for over a year. So definitely recommend that you get something better than this, because I have two of these, but the other one, the actual other end, broke off. So I'm definitely going to be purchasing this one myself, but you should definitely make sure that if you have one of these or need one of these, go out and buy an upgraded version, something of a higher quality, something like this. So the next tool I'm going to recommend is a wire stripper. When it comes to assembling, if you have a DIY kit, you're going to need to strip some wires when it comes to connecting to the power supply, connecting to the motherboard, and so forth. So you're going to want to have a way to kind of neatly take care of that and clean it up. So having a wire stripper is super important to have. I have one, and I've used this so many times when it comes to actually assembling the printers and doing any changes to them. But this also comes with wire cutting and crimping as well, which is actually really nice when you buy the little connectors that go on the ends of the wires. But definitely have a wire stripper. It's not one that's actually needed, but I absolutely recommend having this, because when it comes to assembling the printers, there's a lot of wiring that's done, and you're going to need to kind of cut the ends, and using the flush cutters to do that isn't quite as accurate, and it's not as clean. So definitely have a set of wire strippers. It's going to do the job and do the job well. Alright, so this next tool is not one that's needed, but I would definitely recommend having it. Now this is a set of digital calipers. So when it comes to printing different things, you're going to want accuracy, and you want to know if your printer is accurate. So you're going to want a set of digital calipers that'll help you basically test the size of the prints that come out. Make sure that they're printed to scale and they're printed correctly. And this is kind of just your basic digital calipers. These are under $12 at the time of the recording, and I have this exact one, and it does the job perfectly. I've used this when it comes to setting up my A-Net A8, And I actually used this to set up my AM8, the metal frame version of the ANET, and it actually allowed me to get the proper measurements when it comes to putting the gantry in place correctly, as well as testing out prints on them to make sure that I'm actually getting accurate prints when it comes to both printers. So not a needed tool, but definitely one I would recommend having. Especially if you're doing any kind of prototyping, you're going to want to make sure that your printer is printing to 100% scale, and this will allow you to get that accurate measurement from the digital to the live version. The last thing I'm going to recommend is safety glasses. Now, safety is really important. You're going to want to make sure you take care when it comes to plugging, unplugging, and assembling it, but make sure you protect your eyes. So definitely, if you can get your hands on some safety glasses, make sure you're using that when it comes to dealing with 3D printers. I know it seems like a trivial thing, but you want to make sure that you protect your eyes, and just a basic set of safety glasses is all you need. I have some and I use them not as much as I should, but I would be remiss if I didn't say, hey, safety first, make sure you protect your eyes. These are some basic ones here. I've used these particular ones before, and I have to just because I wear glasses and they fit over my glasses. But if you look up safety glasses, you're going to find different kinds. For those who don't wear glasses, there's some that are more sleek that protect your eyes. For those who do wear glasses, there you go. Here's some that are going to cover it, like I use for myself. But definitely safety is important, and make sure you protect your eyes. Not needed, but 100% recommended. Alright, so if you're new to 3D printing, these are just some of the tools I recommend for you to either have once you get a 3D printer, or to have before you get a 3D printer to help you along the way. If you have any recommendations on tools that you would recommend, leave a comment below. Let me know. Or if there's better versions of the tools that I recommended, be sure to leave a comment below. Let me know so I can get those tools, or I can recommend those to somebody else as well. It's important that we all help each other, so if you know of anything, be sure to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Leave a comment either way. If you're not subscribed, hit that little subscribe button down there on the bottom. I'm Vash, and always remember, guys, keep playing games, keep making things. I'll see you in the next one.